Welcome to the video, guys. So what today's video is going to be about is optimization from a junior developer's standpoint and what my first 20 hours getting into optimization looked like. So this video isn't going to be a tutorial. It's not going to be a how-to or a guide or anything like that. I want this video to be a breakdown of my experience of optimization and what it looked like coming from a beginner's standpoint, how I went about it, and ultimately what my conclusion was. Just so I don't waste anybody's time, kind of a spoiler here, I didn't optimize my game. It was a failure. And it's tough to say that for sure, but I think it's an interesting standpoint and it's enough of one to share and, break down and kind of tell you guys what exactly happened. Ultimately, the conclusion is, just so you don't have to skip to the end of the video, I needed a better structure to the foundation of my project. And that's ultimately what happened. And so if you take one thing away, probably, it would be that is make sure you have a strong foundation of your game, refactor if you can refactor, and, make sure your code is, not taking on so much technical debt and it is ready to be optimized. Yeah, let's hop right into it. I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to put a timeline down below. It is going to be 10 days that it took where I realized, I can probably start to break some of it down and explain to you guys. Day one. Day one was a lack of knowledge, right? So as soon as I started, I was like, okay, I want to start optimizing my game. And what I thought that meant was using soft references and implementing soft references where I was hard referencing things. So that's what my day one knowledge was, and I knew how to soft reference things, and when I went to go do it, I couldn't do it. So that was day one. So then we move into day two. Day two was probably one of the most helpful days because it was a day of just complete research. And everything I researched was on soft references and, how I can use them and where they should be used. And, all of the videos and articles and forums that I read that day, I am going to compile into a Google document, and that will be linked in the description below so you guys can go and look at those resources and hopefully learn from those. Because there's some super helpful creators out there, that have done a lot of their own research already. And, I'm not trying to pile on top of that. So day two, full resource day, document down below so you guys can see the resources I used. Day three, possibly the most important day out of this whole kind of journey. I have it written down as side effects of messy code. I got burnt out pretty bad. I had already been working for about 3 hours that day, which I know it isn't a lot, but just research-wise, I think it was taking a toll, just taking notes and everything. So I'm going to play the clip that I recorded of, kind of what I was feeling at that moment. Okay. I want to record this. This is like I was just doing some research on interfaces. To be honest, I'm feeling burnt out right now. I'm feeling pretty burnt out. It's just going to take a good amount of work, and I'm just like, I'm feeling a bit of that burden of, there's a lot, I'm like a little hungry. But like, this is very real. Definitely feeling burnt out, but like just telling myself that I need to like power through and push through. I don't know. I know I'm like, there's like the whole thing of like tutorial hell, getting stuck in tutorial hell. And like, I don't feel like I'm at that because I'm implementing. But I do feel like I've watched a few videos now and like everything has been saying the same thing. And I'm like, okay, I feel like I have the concept. I just need to like look at my project more. I think I'm like right now, I'm getting, a bit doubtful of myself and being like, I should have this learned already. That's not good. That's not good, isn't it? just to be completely frank. Like, it's not, I shouldn't be doing that. Like, things are going to take time. This is going to take time. This is my third day on it. I did get a soft reference today, so I should be proud of that. I am getting a little hungry right now, so, I'll go eat, energy up, maybe play a little, like, Metal Gear or Marvel Rivals or something, and just kind of recharge up, and then take another swing at this in an hour. So, yeah, that was kind of how I was feeling towards the end of the day, and it was, just definitely major burnout. And, to all the game developers and even just creators in general, we get burnout. It happens. So, when that does happen, feel free to take a step back, and that's all I needed to hear at that moment was just take a step back. Like, it's okay. Like, you'll be able to come back to this project. It's not the end of the world. Even if it's just 10 minutes, 20 minutes, take that step back. It's worth it. It'll help you. Don't burn yourselves out. It's not worth it. Moving on to day 4. Day 4, I have down as interface refactoring and research. So when I initially came into the project, I thought it was going to be a lot of soft referencing replacement, just replacing hard references with soft references. But as that messy code started to come into, my focus, I started to realize, okay, maybe let's take a step away from the soft references and let's start to refactor and let's start to get interfaces implemented. Getting rid of casting where I didn't need it. Getting rid of using tick when I didn't need it. Using custom events, using interfaces. I started doing some heavy refactoring and some heavy research. And again, any research that I did that day, I'm going to throw in that document down below so you guys can check it out. Day 5, which is this realization of refactoring out of these 10 days, out of these 20 hours, was I should probably refactor where I feel like I have technical debt, get rid of that technical debt so I can start optimizing. And really quickly, if you don't know what technical debt is, all it is when you're programming and let's say, you're casting to your third person blueprint inside of another class and you're like, I know that's going to be, a little heavy on the system, but you go along with it and you build out your system and you're heavily, relying on that cast, you've taken on technical debt because you've realized what it's going to do down the line, right? It's going to take up that memory, but you have to do it anyway because, you rather have a solution than a broken, optimized solution, right, of not using it. Day 6, I have written down as found a broken solution. This was because I had a very specific issue, and I'm not going to get too hung up on this in this video, and I had to deal with the interfaces and everything, but I want to move right into day 7, which was asking AI. And I think asking AI has a pretty large stigma around it, and I'd love to get your guys' thoughts on it as game developers. I wasn't necessarily looking for an exact solution to my problem, but I was looking more so to gain deeper knowledge on the problem that I was facing. And I think AI really helped out there. I was using Claude AI because of actually Corey Strausberger kind of shouted it out on the Unreal Unofficial podcast. He says he used it, so I was like, I'll check it out. So that's what day 7 was just looking into AI and looking into specifically Claude AI. And it actually did help. It gave me a deeper understanding of the problem at hand. I actually didn't find out a solution, but it happens. Moving into day 8. Day 8 was a big one. I have it written down as there is not one way to optimize. Understanding that you can optimize your project in different places. There's so many different ways to do things in game development and also specifically in optimization. Day 1, I was like, I'm going to soft reference everything. I'm going to get my size maps down to 0 megabytes. That affects gameplay sometimes. And if it's affecting gameplay, we shouldn't be doing it. I feel like I shouldn't have been doing it. And that's kind of going back to that day 3 when I got that first soft reference in. I'm going to show a clip of what that exactly looked like of that soft reference. So I'll play that now. And so I highlighted that little area right there, and that, it was taking time for the player to pull that whole static mesh out. And that, causes a direct impact on gameplay, and I didn't think that was okay. I can optimize in different places, still reducing that size map, yet not affecting the snappiness of my gameplay. I want to, day 9 and 10, I'm kind of meshing into one. Make sure you've refactored as much as possible and that everything is streamlined as much as possible before you even think about dynamically loading anything into memory. I think on the technical side of things was make sure your code is, streamlined and as refactored as possible. If you have your project right now and you have those little technical debt areas, go look at them, refactor them down, get them down to as small as possible, working as efficiently as possible, and then, then hop into your optimization. And soft references are helpful in certain places, not all places. I wish somebody had told me that. And it is said out there a lot of times in the YouTube videos, but I just want to emphasize it. Like soft references do help with dynamically loading memory, but you don't want to constantly do that. Some things have to be hard referenced. Think about the structure of your project before you think about optimizing. And if you're feeling burnout, take a step back. You'll be all right. Just take a step back from your project. Things take time, and you'll eventually get there. This channel only grows the more I grow and the more the community grows with me. So I'm excited to see all that happen and take place. And any thoughts, any feedback from you guys, please comment, let me know. Do whatever, but yeah, definitely check out that Google Doc if you're looking for more resources and information. Shout out to all the YouTubers on that document. You guys, the people that are leading the Unreal community scene, you guys are killing it. So it's been super helpful to learn from you guys. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening, and hopefully, you guys learned something from this video. But yeah, catch you in the next one.